I don't know you, but I already know who you are. Your entire life, you've always felt different. You never quite fit in with people, not because you're strange, but because you have a pure heart. You never understood, why are people so ignorant? Why are people so hateful? Why are people so dark? And you tried making friends. You tried so many times to make friends, try to fit in, and you did make friends, but it was always surface level. You would catch these friends of yours hanging out with each other behind your back, and this would hurt you. You felt like a loser. But in hindsight, you look back on your life, on these experiences, and you realize that it wasn't you at all. It was God protecting you from the corrupt influence of these people. He was watching over you, his prodigy, his favored one. You've seen paranormal things. You've seen angels, you've seen demons, you've seen ghosts, you've seen UFOs, especially when you were a kid. And these things used to terrify you. You grew up wondering, why me? Why am I experiencing these things? Why am I seeing these things? These horrific things that no child should be seeing. You've been in dangerous situations, but for some reason, last second, have been able to get out unscathed. You've in fact had your life saved multiple times miraculously. You've had dreams where you've foreseen future events before it's happened, and then they come true. You also happen to be highly intelligent. You love reading books, you love learning about different subjects. You're also able to easily discern situations and people. Tend to notice things other people don't. You've had random people throughout your life tell you that you're special, that you're gonna do great things. You thought that they were exaggerating, you thought they were joking, but the thing is, they weren't. They saw something that you didn't realize at the time. Your destiny. See, the thing you gotta realize is that you are special. You're one of the exceedingly rare, chosen ones of God. You're a diamond among the stones. You are favored by God. While growing up, you notice that your peers would end up in tough situations and never were able to bounce back. But you, also going through bad situations, would bounce back, and on top of that, you would thrive each and every single time. This is not a coincidence. You are divinely protected by God. These last few years, you've been noticing you've been losing a lot of interest in the world. You've been losing a lot of interest in materialism. You've been losing a lot of interest in dating, partying, all that stuff that used to matter to you doesn't matter anymore. And you've come to realize that everything that you've been taught throughout your life has been a huge lie. You were indoctrinated since birth to believe that you weren't special and that all the paranormal experiences that you went through as a child, adolescence, were all in your head. At certain points, you thought you were crazy, and you renounced these experiences. You wanted to deny that they were real, and you wished that you were like everyone else. You were ashamed of your abilities. You wanted to fit in so bad with the world. You wanted to just be a regular person. Now recently, these last few years, you've noticed that more and more people have been bringing up God to you, planting the seeds of the divine in your mind. And you've had thoughts of beginning a relationship with God. Maybe you bought a Bible, maybe you bought a Quran, maybe you bought both. In your waking life, you've had synchronicities on a daily basis, way more than before, where you've seen repeating numbers, you've experienced meaningful coincidences that were way too impossible to be left to chance. Finally, you've had profound spiritual experiences that proved to you that God was real and completely flipped what you thought this reality was about. The thing you gotta realize is that you didn't have a choice to be a chosen one. It wasn't up to you. No one chooses this life. This was predetermined by God when He created your soul at the beginning of time. So the way I like to explain this process is like, if you've seen the movie The Matrix, where the main character, Neo, he's working in an office, he's a computer programmer, and he's tired of his life. He wants something more. And Morpheus reaches out to him in mysterious ways. This is exactly how God operates in this reality. He's gonna reach out to you in mysterious ways that are very personal to you and only you can interpret. So if you guys remember the movie The Matrix, one night, Neo is on his computer and this mysterious chat pops up on his computer and it says, "Neo, you have to wake up. The Matrix has you. Follow the white rabbit. Knock, knock, Neo." So then Neo is super confused. He's like, what the heck is this? What is going on right now? Then he hears a knock knock on the door, synchronicity. And then he opens the door, it's a customer that wants to buy some illegal software or something. So he goes ahead, sells him the illegal software, and what does he see next to this guy? He sees his girlfriend with a white rabbit on her shoulder, another synchronicity. His customer asks Neo what he's up to. Neo says, not much. So he invites him to the club or party or whatever they're heading to. So then Neo, remembering the message that he received from Morpheus, goes ahead and goes to the party because follow the white rabbit, where he then meets Trinity. Trinity then connects Neo with Morpheus, where Morpheus sits down with Neo and explains to him that up until that point, his entire life has been a lie. And he gives him a choice. He tells Neo, take the blue pill, you stay asleep in the Matrix forever, just like everyone else. You take the red pill, and you find out just how real this reality gets, and you go down the rabbit hole. So what does Neo do? He takes the red pill. Guys, this is exactly what it's like when God chooses you and wakes you up to reality. It completely shifts your perspective to what's going on and changes your reality completely. Not everyone can handle this. Like I said, you're special. And this is a massive responsibility that you've been chosen for. You've been predestined for great things. You have a huge responsibility because God knows you can handle it. And just like Neo in the movie, when you accept this calling in your life, God grants you superhuman abilities, which I will touch on later. So just like Neo in the movie, his mission is to defeat the machines. Your mission is to defeat Satan and his army of demons. And you have a whole army of angels and God, the creator, backing you up. In the beginning, it's a tough pill to swallow. You have a whole lot of unanswered questions. The biggest one, why me? Why you? Why were you chosen? But slowly, over time, God reveals to you little bits of information to answer your questions. And then you find out what your divine duty is. It's to save souls for the kingdom of the light. And guys, we got to realize that chosen ones is nothing new. Chosen ones is all over the Bible, book of Isaiah, and it's all over the Quran. Chosen servants. In all the scriptures, God always chooses people based on the purity of the heart to do his duty on earth. You know, the prophets that he chose all were regular people, but were granted extraordinary abilities through the power of God. Now, I'm not saying you're a prophet. Let's chill out a little bit there. But what I am saying is you are a messenger of the prophets of God. So you're a messenger of the messengers of God. You're simply relaying the information in a modern way to save souls in the current time. So you might be asking, why were you chosen? What's so special about you that God saw that led you to where you are right now? There's several reasons. Every situation is very personal and very custom towards you. But the common denominator here is that you have a pure heart. Ever since you were a child, you have a deep empathy for all life, for animals, for other people, for situations, all that stuff. So you really stuck out from the world because, as we all know, the world, the vast majority of people don't care. Either they don't care or they're wicked. Also, you have a wealth of experience from all the traumatic events that you've gone through to share with other people and teach them how to heal from those traumas. And because of the fact you're a regular person per se, you're easily relatable to the masses. Hence, you can approach people from a grounded perspective. So let's say you just found out you're a chosen one. What's next? When God comes into your life, usually you got a lot of work to do. The first thing you want to do is read all of the scriptures. Read the Old Testament, read the New Testament, read the Quran. Because A, you're going to read his instructions, and you're also going to get to know his personality from his word. Next up, you want to cleanse your spirit of sin. Because if you want to save souls, you have to lead by example. And don't get it twisted, this is going to take time, lots of it. But with God's guidance and his protection, he's going to slowly help you get rid of your demons over time. Now, during this process, God's going to isolate you from the rest of the world. And he'll do this in two ways. He'll place a conviction in your heart to stay in and work on yourself and also build that relationship with him. Number two, Let's say you're stubborn and you still want to be a part of the world and party and go dating, all that stuff. He's going to make it so whenever you do reach out to people, they're going to be too busy for you. They might not even respond to you. Okay, this is not them. Guys, you have to realize that God is all powerful. He can do whatever he wants. This is God literally changing their heart so they're not going to distract you from what God's calling you to do. So why is he isolating you? Why can't you still do your thing in the world while trying to build that relationship with him? It's to cleanse you of your demons, of the worldly influence. You're also not a part of the world anymore. You've been set apart. You are now a holy man / holy woman. And once you're ready and you graduate per se, he's going to send you back into the world to do your duty of saving souls. And this can be done in countless ways. But this is going to be personal towards you, your personality, and God has this already planned for you. He's going to reveal this over time. So what are some of these spiritual gifts that God's going to bless you with once you're chosen? So number one, spiritual discernment. So everyone has discernment to a certain extent. What is discernment? It's sort of like your intuition per se. It's sort of like your compass in life to make the right decision. So when you're chosen, your discernment is going to be at a superhuman level where literally God is going to give you thoughts and feelings so pronounced, so intense that you have no choice but to make the right decision. So I'll give you guys an example. Let's say the average person out there listens to a rap song or maybe watches a certain TV show that has satanic messages. Okay? The average person won't be able to discern this. They're going to think, oh, it's just music, it's just a song, or it's a TV show. But you, since you're chosen by God, you're gonna be able to see through the surface level message, and you're gonna actually see what's really going on with this song, with this TV show, things of that nature. Number two, spiritual eyes. So God is gonna shift your perspective so you will no longer see the world as a regular person. You're gonna see the world through his eyes. Instead of seeing people on a physical level, you're gonna see people's spirits. So you're gonna start to notice that when you look at people, you're gonna be able to tell whether or not they have a Holy Spirit or a demonic spirit that sort of dominates them and influences their behavior. Because you gotta realize, guys, that we're not fighting against flesh. We're not fighting against each other, guys. We're fighting against demonic forces that are sort of puppeteering the movements of people, at least the people that haven't been chosen. So just like the movie The Matrix, where the agents can jump into regular people, demons can jump into regular people all the time. And a lot of people are out here blindly being influenced and manipulated by demons. Okay, so when you have spiritual eyes, you're going to be able to differentiate who these people are versus who the holy people are, the people of God, or just good people in general. Number three, divine protection. So everyone to a certain degree has some sort of protection for sure, because if we didn't, we'd be dead like that. Okay, these demons, they don't mess around. They're constantly trying to kill us, and if you sin a lot, they're gonna have an easier time to destroy you. But when you're chosen by God, there's going to be a lot of times in your life when one wrong move and your life could have been taken away. Maybe you just missed a car crash. Maybe you just missed getting robbed and killed. Maybe a stray bullet flew by you. Maybe you could have ended up in a relationship with a really terrible person that could have messed up your life, but they ended up with someone else. So these are certain things that you're going to notice that God is protecting you from. So this is going to be enhanced to the next level because you have a divine duty to save other people's souls for the kingdom of the light. Number four, people will naturally like you. When you're chosen by God, you have this light that radiates from you, which comes from God, that people are going to be attracted to you. You're going to step into a room and light up the room with your charisma, which, by the way, charisma stems from the Greek root word charisma, which means a divine gift. It's a little fun fact for y'all. So you're going to notice that people want to be around you. They want to talk to you, want to get to know you. And even it's going to get to the point where even your enemies from the past are going to look at you and they're going to respect you. It's not a coincidence. This is God's light that he's bestowing upon you because you're a close friend of God. Number 5, prophetic dreams and visions. So when you're chosen by God, guys, he's going to bestow upon you the gift of prophecy. So you're going to notice a lot of times you're going to have dreams that where certain events occur and you see certain people, and then those events actually happen in real life. So it might be events that affect you. It could also be events that affect your friends and family. So you might, for example, see your friend going through a divorce or a breakup, and then it actually happens. Maybe you might have a dream where you find money in the ground, and then unexpectedly you receive money in real life. Things of that nature. Last but not least, divine guidance. So you're gonna notice, guys, that you're gonna be receiving brilliant ideas and thoughts. And then when you look them up online, it turns out they're real. What's actually happening here is that you are receiving messages from the divine, messages from God, to make the right decisions and to help you out in life that before being a chosen one, you would never receive because you were clouded. You were clouded by sin. You were still asleep. You're still a part of the world. But now that everything's clear, God is literally shining his light on you 24/7. You have a clearer connection to God, and he's giving you thoughts to live out a better reality and to help you on your mission. So I've been noticing, guys, there's a massive trend of people calling themselves chosen ones. No word of a lie. I was on Instagram the other day and I saw this woman that's an exotic dancer, and she put on her Instagram bio that she's a chosen one of God. Okay, guys. 90% of people that call themselves chosen ones are not chosen. A lot of times these people are narcissistic. They hear about this trend that it's cool to be a chosen one, and then they call themselves chosen so they can ride the wave and maybe gain a little bit of clout, maybe gain a bit of attention, whatever, right? First off, if you're a chosen one, this isn't something that you just announce publicly, guys. God doesn't like when you brag. He doesn't like pride. This is something that's very serious and is a huge responsibility, and it's something that you need to keep to yourself. Second of all, if someone calls himself chosen and they're not putting in the work to save souls for the kingdom of the light, these people are hypocrites, okay? Because when you're chosen, it's not just something where, oh, I'm just a chosen one, you know, I'm special and all that stuff, right? You have a job to do. This job is more important than anything else that you're ever gonna do in this life. So you need to stay focused. Don't let this get to your head. Don't tell people, all right? And you don't even have to tell people. Guys, when you're chosen, you don't need to tell nobody, because guess what? People are already gonna know that you're chosen. You're gonna have this light that radiates off you. You're gonna have this energy that's very tranquil and very, very loving, and people are gonna sense this. Hence why people wanna be your friend. You walk into a room, you light it up. This is, and your enemies, when they see you, they treat you with respect. They no longer are angry at you anymore. Okay, guys, people already know. Animals already know. Babies already know. You are special. So you don't need to announce it to the world. So what are the benefits of being a chosen one? So obviously it's a lot of work to be a chosen one. You have a massive responsibility. So what are the good parts of being chosen? God's gonna take care of all your needs. So when you're chosen, guys, in order for you to fulfill your duties to save souls for the kingdom of the light, you obviously need to be able to pay your bills. So God, he's gonna somehow, way or another, he's gonna be able to meet all your material needs, no questions asked. So you won't have to stress about money. Number 4, a sense of peace and tranquility at all times. So guys, when you're chosen, you're gonna have this sense of peace. Life, reality is gonna have sort of a heaven on earth type of feeling towards it. Little stuff won't bother you anymore. You're not gonna get stressed out anymore. You're not gonna be scared of death anymore, because you know what's gonna happen once you pass away. And you also know that you're divinely protected, you're divinely guided, and that the creator of the world, of the universe, has your back. All right, guys, this is a massive benefit, and I promise you, it's super beautiful. It's amazing. And last but not least, guys, when you're chosen, inshallah, Lord willing, if everything goes well and you stay on that righteous straight path, when you take your last breath and pass away, you're going to be going straight to heaven to have eternal life in communion with God in paradise. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Overall, guys, if you in fact have been chosen, I want to congratulate you. You should absolutely rejoice and be ecstatic right now, because your life is amazing. It's a miracle. It really is a miracle that despite your flaws, despite all the mistakes that you made, you've been chosen for a great life and to save souls for the kingdom of the light, and also to make it to Jannah/heaven when you pass away. God saw something in you that was special and decided to grant you eternal life. Congratulations. Now it's time for you to do what you were born to do. Thanks a lot. Take care. God bless.